Hi again. I've had a few requests to do the second part to the Sultans of Swing solo. I did the first part already. The reason I left the second part out was because I'm not very good at it. So you have to forgive my mistakes. I'm going to play it once through with the backing track, and then I'll break down each of the individual segments for you in slow motion. If you've got any feedback, please let me know. So the start of the solo starts off on the 8th fret, and you're basically alternating between the 8th and the 6th frets on the B string, and then moving down to the D string for a note. So the first part is in slow motion. So you're basically just bending up 2 notes with that on the 8th. Hammering off to the 6th, back on the 8th, to your D string there, and then I'll sort of rake the strings a bit to hammer on back from the 6th to the 8th. So after that you're moving up to the 12th fret, and you're basically bending up on the G string two notes, 2 tones up to the 14th, and it's basically a series of pull-offs from the 12th to the 9th, 9th to the 7th, and then 7th to the 5th, and then moving down a couple of strings until you actually end up on an open A note. But I'll play the last bit for you so you can see it in context. So from the beginning. So from the top it's so you're starting off on the 10th fret on the B string, doing a hammer off, or pull off, sorry, and then basically going down to the 8th fret, and then going onto the G string on the 10th fret. So when you finish that, you're going down to the 7th fret on the G string on the 7th fret, and then sliding up to the back to the 10th. What I tend to do is, I don't know if Knopfler does it live or anything, but I try and put a finger on the 11th fret on the B string just to give it a bit of a harmony there. It makes it sing a bit sweeter when you're playing it live. For the next bit, you've got your index finger on the 8th fret there, on the B and the E string, and then you introduce your middle finger onto the 9th fret on the G string, and all you're doing now is with your ring finger is just hammering on the B string there, but using your hands here to get a bit of a rhythm going. So it's so when it's using this hand is the important hand on this one, but when you're getting a bit of speed up, it's just so in slow motion. So for this next bit, you're basically, it's quite a quick riff, and you're starting off on the 12th fret on the G string, and you're bending up, but then you're ending up on the 10th fret on the B and the E string. So it's basically then you're basically doing a series of pull-offs from the 12th, so the 13th fret, and it's important to get a bit of rhythm going with both hands. So you're bending on the 12th, off on the 13th, 12th back to the 10th from the G to the B. So off on the 12th again to the 10th. Then on the D. Then on the D from the 10th. Hammering onto the 12th. Then on the 10th from the G to the B again. Then ending on the G on the 12th fret. So show you what this hand's doing. The next bit is just the prelude to the really fast sort of twiddly bit he does at the end. But it's just a pinch in the string on the 10th fret and then the 11th fret on the B string. So then you're pulling off and hammering back on again. Then you're actually bending up the B string on the 11th fret, but sliding a finger underneath for the 12th fret on the E. So ending up on the 10th fret again with that, the E string there. So slow motion. And the next part, which is the hardest part I think for the whole song, a lot of guitarists struggle with, especially playing live. It's one of those frustrating things. But you basically got a shape of between the 10th and the 13th fret. Starting off with your index finger covering both the B and the E string, and you're basically just pulling off on the 13th fret, but it's just getting the rhythm right with this hand. So what I'm doing with this hand is starting off with my thumb, but then following up with the two fingers sort of one at a time. So it's but then you're putting your middle finger on the 11th fret on the B string, and that's basically the only shape. Then moving those two up 2 frets, so 12th and 13th this time, and then hammering off on the 15th. So starting off there, I suppose it's more important to watch this hand than this hand, because this hand doesn't really have to do much at all. But okay, so once you finish the last, the one when you're on the 15th, you basically bend up 2 notes to the what would be the 17th. So you're going on the E string, sorry. So you're bending off, you're pulling off to the 13th fret, and then heading on the G string on the 15th. So back on from the 13th to the 15th, and then you're basically just pulling off to the 12th, from the 15th to the 12th, so 15th on the B to the 12th on the E. So the whole thing in slow motion. That's it for the second Sultan solo. Not perfect, but I hope you're able to get some use out of it anyway. Take care.